Are you absolutely certain your go-to fast food spot is safe from extinction in 2025? Brace yourself, because the harsh reality is that some of the biggest names in the industry are hanging by a thread. Exploding costs for essentials like beef, cheese, and cooking oil, combined with skyrocketing labor expenses, have left these once dominant brands scrambling to stay afloat. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The post-pandemic world has completely reshaped how we eat. Consumers are tightening their wallets, dining rooms are eerily empty, and the demand for healthier, more sustainable options is leaving traditional fast food chains in the dust. Add to that the relentless competition from trendy fast casual upstarts, and it's no wonder these fast food titans are on the brink of collapse. I think your favorite burger joint or taco spot is untouchable. Think again, 2025 could mark the end of an era for some of the most iconic names in the business. In this video, we're diving deep into the 8 fast food giants that might not survive the year. From shocking financial losses to outdated business models and shifting consumer habits, we'll uncover the hard truths behind their struggles. So grab your last combo meal while you can, because this could be the year the fast food industry changes forever. Let's get into it. 1. The flame is fading. Burger King struggled to stay relevant. Let's kick things off with Burger King, a brand that has spent decades playing second fiddle to McDonald's in the fast food wars. Known for its flame-grilled burgers and iconic Whopper, Burger King was once a household name that prided itself on being the king of bold flavors. But in 2025, the crown is slipping, and the brand is struggling to stay relevant in an increasingly competitive and evolving market. The numbers paint a grim picture. According to a February 2025 report from QSR Magazine, Burger King's same-store sales plummeted by a staggering 9% over the past year. This decline comes at a time when the cost of key ingredients like beef, cheese, and cooking oil has skyrocketed by 18%. Add to that a 12% spike in labor costs, and it's clear that Burger King is facing a financial storm that's hard to weather. For a brand built on affordable fast food, these rising costs are forcing tough decisions: either raise prices and risk alienating customers, or cut corners and risk damaging the brand's reputation. But the challenges don't stop there. Franchisees, the backbone of Burger King's global operations, are in open revolt. The company's push for mandatory upgrades like digital menu boards, double drive-through lanes, and state-of-the-art soda fountains has left many franchise owners struggling to keep up with the costs. In 2024 alone, nearly 400 Burger King locations worldwide shut their doors, and the closures are accelerating in 2025. Franchisees are finding it increasingly difficult to turn a profit, and the brand's once loyal operators are now questioning their future with the company. Burger King's marketing and menu strategies haven't helped its case. Over the years, the brand has launched a series of bizarre menu experiments. Remember the Green Nightmare King burger? While these stunts grabbed headlines, they failed to build lasting customer loyalty. Meanwhile, competitors like McDonald's, Wendy's, and even fast casual chains like Shake Shack are stealing market share with fresher ingredients, better marketing, and more modern dining experiences. If Burger King doesn't act fast to overhaul its brand image, streamline costs, and reconnect with its audience, 2025 could be the year the flame grilled giant loses its throne for good. 2. Taco Bell's crunch time. Can it survive the pressure? Next up is Taco Bell, a brand that has long been a favorite for its quirky menu mashups like Doritos Locos Tacos and its budget-friendly offerings like the $5 Cravings Box. For years, Taco Bell thrived as the go-to spot for late-night cravings and affordable indulgence. But in 2025, the cracks in its once solid foundation are starting to show, and the brand is facing an uphill battle to maintain its position in the fast food landscape. The numbers tell a sobering story. In March 2025, Restaurant Business Online reported that Taco Bell's quarterly same-store sales growth had slowed to a mere 1%. This is a far cry from the double-digit growth the chain enjoyed in its heyday. One of the biggest culprits? Skyrocketing avocado prices. Guacamole-based items, a staple of Taco Bell's menu, have become significantly more expensive to produce, squeezing profit margins and forcing the brand to rethink its pricing strategy. Supply chain disruptions have only added to Taco Bell's woes. In recent months, some locations have faced intermittent shortages of essential ingredients like ground beef and tortillas. These shortages have frustrated customers and disrupted operations, making it harder for Taco Bell to deliver the consistent experience that fans expect. Meanwhile, the brand's reliance on discount-driven promotions like dollar menus and value boxes is becoming a double-edged sword. While these deals once drew large crowds, rising costs have made them increasingly unprofitable. Taco Bell is also losing ground to competitors in the fast casual Mexican food space. Brands like Chipotle and Qdoba are attracting younger, health-conscious consumers with their focus on fresh ingredients, sustainable sourcing, and customizable options. Taco Bell's traditional approach, which relies heavily on processed ingredients and low-cost meals, is starting to feel outdated in comparison. Unless Taco Bell can reinvent itself with a more sustainable and innovative approach, 2025 could mark the end of its reign as the king of late-night cravings. Without a major overhaul, those purple and gold outposts might soon become relics of the past. 3. The golden arches under pressure. McDonald's faces a reckoning. When you think of fast food, McDonald's is probably the first name that comes to mind. With over 38,000 locations worldwide, the golden arches have become a symbol of global fast food dominance. But even giants can stumble, and in 2025, McDonald's is facing challenges that could reshape its future. In recent years, McDonald's has invested heavily in automation, rolling out robotic fry stations and cashierless counters in hundreds of locations. The goal was to cut labor costs and boost efficiency, but the reality has been far more complicated. The installation and maintenance of these high-tech systems have proven to be incredibly expensive, draining both corporate and franchise budgets. Worse yet, the savings from automation haven't materialized as expected, leaving many franchisees questioning the return on investment. The backlash hasn't just been financial. Social media has been flooded with viral posts criticizing McDonald's for replacing human workers with robots, sparking a PR crisis that has alienated socially conscious consumers. Younger generations, in particular, are turning away from McDonald's in favor of local burger joints and plant-based alternatives that align with their values. And real estate costs are another thorn in McDonald's side. The brand's vast network of stores comes with hefty lease agreements and rising property taxes. Franchisees are feeling the squeeze, and McDonald's famously strict franchise requirements aren't helping matters. Many operators are struggling to stay profitable, and some are even considering closing their doors. Competition is also heating up. Fast casual chains and local burger joints are stealing market share by offering fresher ingredients, healthier options, and more unique dining experiences. McDonald's, once the gold standard in fast food, is now struggling to keep up with changing consumer preferences. While McDonald's is unlikely to disappear entirely, 2025 could mark the beginning of a significant downsizing. The brand may need to rethink its approach to real estate, technology, and customer engagement to stay relevant in a rapidly changing market. 4. KFC's recipe for disaster: the struggles of a fried chicken icon. KFC, once a trailblazer in the fast food industry with its iconic buckets of fried chicken, is now facing a crisis that could threaten its very existence. In 2025, the brand is grappling with a perfect storm of challenges that have left it struggling to maintain its position in the market. One of the biggest issues is a crippling poultry shortage. Ongoing avian flu outbreaks, import-export tariffs, and rising costs for grain-based chicken feed have made it increasingly difficult for KFC to source enough chicken to meet demand. This has led to higher prices for customers, with a family bucket now costing over $35 in some metro areas. For many consumers, these prices are simply too high, especially when the product no longer lives up to its legendary reputation. KFC's recipe, once celebrated for its unique blend of 11 herbs and spices, has lost its magic. Cost-cutting measures and rushed cooking methods have resulted in a product that many customers find bland and inconsistent. Meanwhile, competitors like Popeyes and Chick-fil-A are thriving. Popeyes, in particular, has gained massive popularity with its spicy chicken sandwich, which has become a cultural phenomenon. KFC's international markets, once a key growth driver, are also faltering. In countries like China, local competitors are offering cheaper, spicier, and more flexible menu options, eating into KFC's market share. A 2025 QSR study revealed that KFC's share of the U.S. fried chicken fast food sector had dropped to just 15%, down from 23% in 2020. Franchisees are feeling the pressure as well. The high costs associated with brand-mandated remodeling and Yum! Brands' focus on more profitable ventures like Pizza Hut have left KFC operators struggling to stay afloat. Unless KFC can address its supply chain issues, revamp its menu, and reignite customer loyalty, 2025 could be the year the Colonel's empire crumbles. 5. Wendy's, the frosty future looks uncertain. Wendy's, the fast food chain famous for its fresh, never-frozen beef and its snarky Twitter comebacks, is facing a tough road ahead in 2025. Once a strong contender in the burger wars, Wendy's is now grappling with rising costs, questionable investments, and fierce competition that threaten its long-term survival. The financial strain is evident. In late 2024 and early 2025, Wendy's franchisees reported razor-thin net margins of just 2 to 3%, a sharp decline from the healthier 10 to 12% margins the chain enjoyed in the mid-2000s. one of the biggest culprits. The rising cost of fresh beef, a cornerstone of Wendy's brand identity. While the fresh, never frozen promise has been a key selling point, it's also become a financial burden as beef prices continue to soar. Adding to the financial woes are some questionable executive decisions. Wendy's has poured millions into high-tech soda dispensers and rebranding campaigns that failed to resonate with its core audience. These investments, while ambitious, have drained resources without delivering the expected returns. The chain's breakfast menu, launched in 2020, initially showed promise but has since become a costly headache. The complex morning menu has increased labor costs and operational inefficiencies, making it more of a liability than an asset. Despite its witty social media presence, Wendy's is struggling to maintain customer loyalty. The rise of premium burger joints like Five Guys, Shake Shack, and local smash burger spots has eaten into Wendy's market share, particularly in suburban areas. Consumers are increasingly seeking higher quality, more specialized burger options, and Wendy's simply can't compete at the same price point. Location closures are another troubling trend. Many suburban Wendy's locations have shuttered due to dwindling drive-through traffic and rising operational costs. Franchisees burdened by low profit margins are either closing their doors or opting out of expansion plans. Without a significant shift in strategy, whether through menu innovation, pricing adjustments, or improved customer engagement, Wendy's risks fading into the background of the fast food landscape. While the brand still has a loyal fan base, 2025 could be a make or break year. If Wendy's doesn't adapt to the changing market, it may find itself struggling to stay relevant in an increasingly crowded and competitive industry. 6. Jack in the Box, the quirky brand losing its edge. Jack in the Box has always been the eccentric player in the fast food industry, known for its offbeat commercials and late-night friendly menu items like tacos and munchie meals. But in 2025, it's clear that quirkiness alone isn't enough to keep the brand afloat. Financial struggles, a muddled brand identity, and fierce competition are pushing Jack in the Box toward an uncertain future. The financial picture is bleak. In the last quarter of 2024, Jack in the Box reported a 7% drop in net revenues, continuing a year-long decline. The chain's limited geographic footprint, primarily concentrated in the Western U.S., has made it particularly vulnerable to rising minimum wages and skyrocketing real estate costs in states like California. As these expenses climb, franchise owners are closing locations at an alarming rate, leaving the brand in a precarious position. One of Jack in the Box's biggest challenges is its identity crisis. Is it a burger joint? A taco stand? A late-night snack haven? The brand's eclectic menu, which includes everything from burgers to tacos to hybrid stoner food, has left customers confused about what Jack in the Box truly stands for. This lack of a clear identity has made it difficult for the chain to build a loyal customer base. The company's digital pivot hasn't gone smoothly either. While Jack in the Box introduced an app to facilitate online orders, user reviews have been overwhelmingly negative. Frequent glitches, confusing promotions, and a clunky interface have frustrated customers, further eroding confidence in the brand. Even Jack in the Box's once popular social media presence has lost its charm. The brand's comedic approach, which once resonated with younger audiences, now feels outdated. A viral video in 2024 showing an undercooked chicken sandwich at one of its locations dealt a significant blow to its reputation and sparking a wave of negative publicity. Meanwhile, fast casual competitors like Habit Burger and Smash Burger are gaining ground. These brands offer higher quality, more authentic meals that appeal to consumers willing to pay a little extra for a better dining experience. Jack in the Box's cheap and quirky image simply isn't enough to compete in this new landscape. Without a major overhaul, Jack in the Box risks becoming a relic of the past. The chain needs to address its identity crisis, improve its digital offerings, and reconnect with its audience before it's too late. 7. Arby's, the meat lover's haven on the brink. Arby's, the fast food chain famous for its roast beef sandwiches and the iconic slogan, "We have the meats," is facing a tough battle in 2025. Once a powerhouse in the fast food industry, Arby's is now struggling to keep pace with rising costs, shifting consumer preferences, and increased competition. The biggest challenge for Arby's is beef inflation. Since 2023, the price of beef has risen by nearly 20%, significantly impacting the chain's profit margins. Arby's commitment to high-quality cuts of meat, once a selling point, has become a financial burden. The brand has been forced to either raise menu prices or reduce portion sizes, and neither strategy has gone over well with customers. Many consumers are now questioning whether a $10 roast beef sandwich is worth the price. Arby's has also struggled to adapt to changing dietary trends. As more people gravitate toward health-conscious and plant-based options, Arby's meat-heavy menu has become a liability. The chain has done little to expand its offerings to include vegetarian or vegan options, making it less appealing to younger, more diverse customers. Competitors like Burger King and McDonald's, which have embraced plant-based alternatives, are pulling ahead in this area. Franchisees are feeling the strain as well. Over 100 Arby's locations closed in the second half of 2024, and the trend is continuing into 2025. Rising ingredient costs, declining customer visits, and low profit margins are making it increasingly difficult for franchise owners to stay afloat. Social media hasn't been kind to Arby's either. Negative posts highlighting poor customer service and poorly maintained dining areas have tarnished the brand's image. In an era where consumers value transparency and social responsibility, Arby's is falling behind. To make matters worse, Arby's parent company Inspire Brands has shifted its focus to other ventures like Buffalo Wild Wings and Dunkin'. This lack of attention and investment has left Arby's struggling to innovate and stay competitive. Without a significant shift in strategy, 2025 could mark the beginning of the end for Arby's as a major player in the fast food industry. 8. Starbucks, the coffee giant facing a brewing crisis. Starbucks, the global coffee powerhouse synonymous with specialty drinks and cozy cafes, is facing a challenging year in 2025. Despite its massive footprint of nearly 35,000 stores worldwide, the brand is grappling with labor disputes, rising costs, and increased competition that threaten its dominance. One of Starbucks' biggest challenges is its ongoing labor disputes. Unionization efforts, which began gaining traction in 2022, have escalated into widespread strikes and protests. Employees are demanding better pay, benefits, and working conditions, and the resulting store shutdowns have disrupted operations. The negative publicity surrounding these disputes has alienated some customers who are now reluctant to support the brand. Inflation has also hit Starbucks hard. The cost of milk, coffee beans, and sweeteners has skyrocketed, driving up the price of its drinks. Many customers are balking at paying $7 or $8 for a cup of coffee, especially as they become more price-conscious in a challenging economy. Competition is another growing threat. Local coffee shops and smaller chains are attracting customers with personalized service, better prices, and a focus on sustainability. While Starbucks has made some efforts to promote eco-friendly practices, these initiatives have been criticized as half-hearted and insufficient. Real estate costs are yet another issue. Starbucks' vast network of stores comes with enormous overhead, and foot traffic hasn't fully rebounded post-pandemic. In 2024, Starbucks closed more U.S. stores than it opened for the first time in 2 decades, and this trend is continuing in 2025. While Starbucks is unlikely to disappear entirely, the challenges it faces could lead to a significant downsizing. The brand may need to rethink its strategy, focusing on fewer, more profitable locations and finding new ways to connect with customers in an increasingly competitive market.